God will deliver me. Amen. We want to go to the book of Genesis, chapter number 15. And something kind of started me after I started reading this. And verse number 12 through 14. If you have it, say amen, and we'll just read. Amen. Verse 12, starting at verse 12. And it says, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them. They shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. The place called affliction. It's my subject tonight. The place called affliction. Abraham had just had this great dialogue. If you read over into the 14th chapter, I believe, Abraham had this great dialogue with God about having a child, having a son, and God promised him a son. God even shares with him how great of a man he should be. Tells him to look out on the sand grains, and can he number them? Y'all know the story. And Abraham could not number the sand grains, but God tells him this how big your nation's going to be. You're going to be father of many nations. And not like many of us, Abraham probably didn't go home and sleep on it, but Abraham he was mesmerized, and he was excited about what God said. How many of y'all ever been excited about what God said? Amen. Oftentimes God will speak some things to you, but he don't tell you everything in the initial. Amen. And he excited. I'm getting ready to have a son, and we don't know when this son gonna come, but we know we're gonna have a son, and I'm gonna be a father of many nations. I finally get a chance to be a father. Finally get a chance to be a dad to somebody, because God is getting ready to bless me. And sometimes when you get ready to have a blessing in your life, sometimes the joy overtakes all the other stuff that's going on. Is that right? The joy overtakes all the other things. Amen. Some of the stuff that you probably never thought of. Amen. And you just kind of overlooked it now that you got joy in your life. You always had hell going on in your life. You always had issues and problems. But since joy showed up, joy overshadowed all of that you was going through. But Abraham had to go back home. He had to go back home and realize he did not have the son that God had promised. And it don't take place, I believe, for some 20 plus years that this child don't show up. But he's excited about having this child. And I started here because the scriptures goes on after this great dialogue of having this child and being the father of many nations. He now tells Abraham, God tells Abraham now that the very nation in which you will be the father over will basically go in bondage. Doesn't that sound like something that we go through every day? Right after you get the car, it's going to break down. Right after you get the house, something's going to go crazy. I'm sharing with somebody, we bought our first house, and as soon as we bought the house, we so happy. We go to church, we sharing the testimony, only to come home with ants all over the kitchen counter. Thousands of ants, literally. I'm over here taking shoes, slamming and can on the Lord. We must have bought a lemon. They got us. But we were so happy, the joy had took over. And then after finally getting the ants situated and all that taken care of, and then all of a sudden, First Lady taking a bath in the first bathroom, and she let the water out of the tub, and all the water go all over the floor, only to find out they had a busted pipe already, that they used some type of underwear or t-shirt to close the hole up. about crushing your joy, right? You're happy about all this stuff, but now God said that you're getting ready to go through afflictions. The very nation that you're not even fathered yet, you don't even see them in sight yet, but they're going to go into bondage. They're going to go through some things. So I started looking up this word afflict. Lord, why are you talking about afflictions? Or why do you say that they're going to go through affliction? And, just like anybody, I pretty much know what the word means, but I had to look it up. Somebody said I had to look it up. Because when God talking, he don't talk like us. When we think about affliction, we think about all hell breaking loose and, oh God, this is going to be the end of my life. But when God talks about affliction, he's talking about it for a reason. It wasn't a matter of just going through. It's for purpose. Somebody shout purpose. So what you're going through tonight, I want you to write it down, that whatever you're going through tonight, it is not just to be going through, it is for purpose. Purpose in your life. What you think is detrimental and what you think that is going to kill you, God said, what I have desired is not set out to kill you. I wouldn't promise you, Abraham, a nation if I'm going to kill the nation. Y'all ain't going to hear me. God have mercy. I would not promise you that you're going to be a father of many nations if in fact the nation that I promise you, I'm going to kill them. Afflictions. Sometimes we understand them, sometimes we don't. Sometimes I wonder, Lord, why I got to go through all this hell? Everybody else ain't going through it. I'm telling somebody the other day, I said, boy, it seemed like all the wineries and all the spirit places, y'all know what I'm talking about, the alcohol places, they got no problem. All the adult houses, no problem. When it come down to do the will of God, we got all hell in the house. Are y'all hearing me? And so he says that they're going to go through, they're going to serve. And I started thinking, Lord, they're going to go through, they're going to serve, they're going to go through, they're going to serve, they're going to have affliction, but they're going to serve, they're going to go through, but they're going to serve. And I said, Lord, what are you trying to say? He said, I'm sending them through to serve what they're going to be masters over. You can't take what God is getting ready to give you until you learn to serve it. All right. God. Jesus. Hey, Shabbat. He said, that's why I had to take them through the land of affliction. Because what they was going to be afflicted with, the very work that they was going to be afflicted with, was going to teach them how to take care of their own land. Yes. Somebody said, Lord, that's what you're doing? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm teaching you how to take care of what I'm getting ready to give you. I'm teaching you how to handle and how to manage what I'm getting ready to give you, so I got to take you through some things. God have mercy. And so they going to go through. He said, surely. This scripture kind of throw out the idea that the saints, once you are saved, you ain't going to have no hell. It throws that ideal out. It throws out the ideal that these supposed to be church people, and since we're church people, we're not to be going through like this. It throws the ideal out. It throws out the ideal that once you become saved, everything going to be fine. Everything going to work out in your favor because you are the Lord's child. You the king's child. You remember? You the king's child. Everybody told you the king's child. And now that you the king's child, all you need to do is ask for whatever you will and God going to give it to you. Well, Abraham asked, but he still had to go through. He asked for a child. But then the very child that you're going to have, the very child you're going to have, Abraham, they're going to go through something. They're going to suffer some things. Oh, yeah, God gonna bless you. Tell you never, God gonna bless you. But it's gonna come with persecution. Come with tests and trials. Somebody say, are you strong enough to handle it? Because you're going to have to be strong enough to go through the test if you want the prize. You're going to have to be strong enough to go through the test if you want the prize. You can't melt down, have a meltdown in the middle of the trial. People have a meltdown. They oh Lord, I can't believe it. Believe it. The minute you start believing it, and I ain't talking about believing it as in accepting the fact that, oh God, they gonna be it's over with. No, and we talking about believing the fact that you're in it, baby. Yes. This is real. This ain't no TV. Somebody say this is real. Yes. What I'm going through is real. Yes. Well, I can't believe this happened to me. Why not? Why you don't believe this happened to you? You exempt? Did God tell you that you're not gonna go through? He said, and Abraham had this horror of a great darkness. Have you ever had a dream like that? That you just woke up sweating in the middle of the night. Oh my God, what in the world getting ready to happen here? God, you just told me that I'm going to be a father of many nations. You just told me all these blessing things that you're going to do for me, and now you show me horror? What are you doing? What are you saying? What are you doing? What are you saying? Lord, I told y'all some weeks ago, God said, I want you to move. I want you to go east. I want you to go do this. I want you to do that. Okay, God. Okay, yeah, okay, Lord. It's time to go to Shiloh. Okay, God. Okay, Lord. You know, God acted pretty fast. I knew what Shiloh means to go into battle. I knew that. I studied that. I looked it up. And then come to find out that God said it starts right now. It starts right now. So I'm having these sleep. I'm sleeping, but I'm not sleeping. I'm sleeping, but I'm tossing in my sleep. I'm sleeping, but things are just clouded. And I don't understand, God, what's going on? Can't have no good, real clear visions in my mind. I see God, I see you doing something, but I don't have clear visions in my mind. God, what are you doing? Have you ever had visions where you didn't understand the visions? You couldn't make out all the details of the vision, but you know you had a vision. You knew you had something was going on, but whatever was going on, it didn't feel good when I woke up. Didn't feel good. Something just uneasy. Something don't feel right. Horror. Abraham had this horror, this dark horror come over him. Horror about something that God promised. About something that God promised. God, why would you bless me if you're going to have me go through like this? Why would you even promise? Why would you even take my time and talk to me about a blessing when the blessing going to be trouble? When the blessing going to be trouble. You know, because the saints believe that whatever the Lord bless you with, it shouldn't be no trouble attached to it. That's what they tell you, don't they? They don't tell you in the church. They tell you in church, whenever you go through something, there ain't no trouble going to be attached to it. God bless you with it, it's going to be all good. Somebody say, I beg to differ by the scripture. The scripture, I beg to differ because the scripture proves that yes, God gonna bless you with something, but it is His prerogative to take you through with it also. He can do what He wants to do. So here they are, getting ready to have this baby. They're excited. No doubt Sarah rejoicing and just wondering, Lord, when is the day coming? Lord, when everything gonna fall in place, and then all of a sudden I got to have this dream, Sarah. I got to tell you about this dream. There's something getting ready to happen. Something getting ready to happen. I hate having dreams like that. I hate having visions that God showed me something getting ready to happen. I don't want to express to nobody what God showed me about something getting ready to happen. Please, God, don't show me nothing. Show me nothing, because I hate to be in the bearer of bad news. Everybody don't like bad news. Can't accept bad news. Question is, can you accept the news of bad news when God brings it to you after He say He's going to bless you? I had people walk out on bad news. People turn their face on bad news. No, this don't add up because God didn't say that about my life. You recall? You recall? God didn't say that about my life. No, preacher, you got it wrong. You got it wrong because God didn't say that about my life. Well, baby, I come to tell you, yes, he told you he's going to bless you, but he also said you're going to go through. You're going to go through. Someone say affliction. So I looked up the word affliction. Try to get some religious definition of affliction because I know the natural definition of affliction. I come to find out affliction, and I hope you find out tonight that affliction is a good thing. I hope you find out tonight that affliction is a good thing. Because affliction brings something that you would normally get if you didn't have it. Let's read. Actually, I don't mean to read. I'm going to read. Affliction from the Greek word is diapolis. It means pressure. To bring pressure. I remember somewhere around the mid-2000s, I preached a message. My son probably remember more than I do. He listened to it more than I do. That God is going to add pressure to your life. I spoke this mid-2000s, not realizing what God was getting ready to do in my own life. That he was going to add pressure, but he uses pressure to bring out the best in you. And he pressurizes it. Y'all have a pressure cooker? Pressurize that thing. It means to constrict something. Put you in a tight place. To rub you together. We excited about God rubbing himself on us, smearing the anointing. But in order to be smeared, he got to constrict you. He got to put you in a tight place. A place where you can't run, where there's no escaping. A place where you can't hide. A place where there's no one to help you. A place where you can't get rescued by nobody else. It is a closed place. You want to say constriction? It means a narrow place. To hem someone in. To hem you in means to put you in a corner where you can't get out. Just you and him. Have you ever been there before? In a corner where you can't get out. There's no escaping. There's no getting away. There's no going under. There's no going over the top. There's no sliding through. There's no squeezing by. A tight place. Because I brought you to a tight place. A constricted place. A place where it seems like the walls are closing in on. A place where your mind, when you can't, how many of y'all really been in a tight place before? You can't think straight. Your mind starts playing with you. Your mind starts just playing games with you. You don't know if you're thinking right. You don't know if it's you talking or somebody else talking. You just start hearing things. How many of y'all ever heard some things? You don't know who it's coming from, don't know who's talking. You just hear voices. Tight. Somebody say tight place. It means to have some internal pressure of tribulation. Internal pressure of tribulation. Internally. Everything is dealing with your emotions. Messing with your emotions from the inside. While you crying one day, you're happy one day, you don't know what to do the next day. You just got so many things going on, and you be telling people all the time, look, I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know what's happening with me. I just feel like I'm out of it. Tight places. So that Greek word means internal. Somebody shout internal pressure. That causes you to feel confined. 2018, people say, I need my space. You crying out for your space, and God say, I'm not giving you no space. I'm putting you in a tight place. So the children of Israel, the nation that Abraham, the father over, goes into a tight place, a place of confinement, a place where they can't have movement like they want to have, because we like freedom. We don't have our freedom. We can't move. We can't do. We can't go. We can't just do whatever, talk to anybody we want to. Oh, God, what's happening in my life? I just don't have all the things I need. Just like having money, isn't it? Because money puts you in a tight place. Can't go all the places I want to go. Can't travel. Can't do this. Can't go spend. Can't go buy. Can't do anything, Lord. What in the world going on? God said, I put you in this tight place to understand who your God is. Tight place. And so, restrictions. I mean, they literally have restrictions on their life. Restrictions. Now, for those that didn't raise their hand, you deal with restrictions every day. Your job restricts you. They tell you that you only have 30 minutes lunch break. That's a restriction. Would you like more? They tell you that you have to be back at a certain time. Isn't that a restriction? Would you like to be gone whenever you want to and come back when you will? That's a restriction. Restriction. They put you in a little cubby hole like over here. And they tell you that's your spot. It's called a restriction. You would love to get up and walk around in the classroom, but you can't. They tell you got to sit at your desk and don't you move. Restriction. Very tight place. Driving in your car all day long, that's a restriction. Wouldn't you like to stretch out while you're driving, but you can't? Put you in a tight place. And they give you this little small bucket seat to drive your car with. Knowing good and well it's not big enough for you to do what you need to do, stretch your arms out, do all the things you need to do, turn wide as you want to turn. They put you in a restricted, a tight place. The knees together, legs together. When you like to drive with your legs wide open and just have one foot on the accelerator. Restrictions. And we live with them every single day. But it's a problem only when God put us in that spot. It only becomes a problem when God put us in that spot. Because we can't see God. We don't know what he's doing. We don't understand what he's doing. We don't know why he put us there. And oh, by the way, I just woke up this morning and I was restricted. It's overnight. I just had freedom yesterday. And this morning I woke up restricted. I woke up not being able to do the things I want to do. I know y'all older folks, y'all understand what I'm talking about. You go to bed, your body feeling pretty good, but when you wake up, Lord Jesus, my hip, my bones, to this, to that, my ankle, I don't know what happened in the middle of the night, can't walk. Restricted. You're saying to yourself, what happened? What transpired? So here Abraham have to deal with a blessing and affliction. Now the question is, do I really want the blessing? Because now that you told me about the affliction, do I really want the blessing? And if you really want the blessing, you got to go through the affliction. See what kind of tight place God puts you in? If you really want the blessing, you got to go through the afflictions to get it. You got to go through a tight place. Like want to buy a new car, now you got to budget your money. Want to buy a house, you got to budget your finances now. You got to bring everything into alignment now. Now you can't spend as much as you want to spend. You got to bring everything in alignment. Want to have kids, got to bring everything in alignment. Got to set up new shelter for the new baby that's coming. Tight place. Don't have the liberty you once had before. Don't feel good to do it. I know, come on somebody, I know it don't feel good. It don't feel good, I don't never like it. I don't never like being in a tight place. I hate being in a tight place. But sometimes being in a tight place allows you to get something. I want to bring the scripture to you right here. He says, watch this. He said, not only they're going to be strangers in their land. Strangers. Ain't nobody going to know you. You ain't going to know nobody. You're going to be a stranger. This is not your place. And that's what I want to drive home to you. The afflicted place is not your residence. Some of us have made the afflicted place as the place we dwell in. That's our living, our permanent living place. So we started taking up residence in the afflicted place. Got your afflicted clothes, your afflicted bag, your woe is me, your sad face. You got all that on in the afflicted place. God said, no, that ain't where you're supposed to be living forever. I only sent you there to experience something. All right. Don't let your experiences be your shelter. I sent you to experience something, to get an experience. You know, like going to school, and we send you to school for 12 years, and you want to stay for an extra 15 years. You know, you're supposed to go there to go get out of the 9th grade, not stay there. Someone said, I sent you in to bring you out. That's a headliner that I got written down. I sent you in to bring you out. Okay, watch this. He says here, he says not only, he said, know for sure that your seed shall be a stranger in that land, in the land that is not. Are you serving or are you complaining?